Hello again. Warwickshire police were very keen to conceal the identities of two men charged with the kidnap, strangulation and rape of a 12-year-old girl in Nuneaton on July the 22nd. They feared, as well they might, that revealing that the men concerned are Afghan asylum seekers might fuel community tensions. I should just about say that they would. They did not even want to release the names of Mohammed Kabir and Ahmed Mullah in case people jumped to the conclusion that they are Muslims, which of course they are. The recent revelations of the number of foreigners in our prison system, combined with the fact that Afghans are 20 times more likely to be convicted of sexual offences than white Englishmen, is also likely to be in people's minds at this time. More and more demonstrations are taking place across the country about this business of dumping a lot of foreigners from Africa and the Middle East in the heart of previously peaceful and well-ordered communities up and down the country. For a long time, each village and town thought that this was just a temporary thing, limited to their own area, but it is now dawning upon the country that it's actually a mass movement. The British Border Force and the lifeboat service picking up thousands of foreigners in international waters and then bringing them here to be installed in all parts of England. Exactly the same is happening with Afghans. They are being flown in by the RAF and then distributed across the whole of England in various little villages and towns. Once there, people have been uneasy about speaking out about the problem in case they are accused of racism or Islamophobia. I think that the citizens of Nuneaton, like those of Epping, are now realizing that this policy simply encourages crime and disorder because some of these people feel that they have a free pass to behave as they would if they were still in some primitive backwater of Afghanistan. The time has now come to put an end to all this. The problem is that the next general election is not due for another 4 years. I rather think that there are a lot of people who are no longer prepared to sit peacefully for the next 4 years and allow this dreadful situation to grow worse with each passing day. I am, of course, in favour of the rule of law and allowing the government and police to handle problems. But in this case, it is the government and police who are creating the problems. They are complicit in the crimes which we are seeing, and those like Lucy Connolly who speak out in anger find themselves sent to prison. I am very much afraid that this has allowed the country to turn into a giant pressure cooker, with the tension rising steadily and the police doing their best to clamp down on any protest against what is becoming plainly obvious to the meanest intelligence. That is why the police, in a terrible example of overreaching their powers, tried to get elected councillors in Nuneaton to agree not to talk about the alleged rape of a 12-year-old girl, in case it caused or increased community tensions. Not allowing community tensions to rise is, for the police, of greater importance than the rape of a little girl. There is, too, the constitutional question, in that the councillors in Nuneaton have been democratically elected, while the police have not. The police are, in effect, trying to stifle democracy, which is an alarming thing to see. Many people now feel that so dire is the state of affairs that the police are no longer acting as guardians of their interests, that is to say, the people who pay their wages via their council tax, and are instead on the side of the foreigners settling in their area. This cannot but harm democracy and cause people to feel that where the police are concerned, it is now a them and us situation. All of this bodes very ill for the future because once people stop relying upon the police to maintain order, we are moving into very dangerous and uncharted waters.